Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rival Esports. It is time for the North American Summer Open final day number 2. We've got 4 teams from yesterday that went through the qualifiers playing against the 4 invited teams here. We'll bring you the action to start us off. My name is Hunted. With me is Rocket Sam. How are you, sir?
Doing great, Hunted. This is absolutely fantastic. How could I not be doing good? I casted yesterday. We got to see that great open qualifier. So many good teams in play yesterday, and it was a tough battle to get to just the 4 teams that we have moving into today. And you said it, we've got 4 of our invited teams who are waiting, and these are some giants in the North American scene. So it's going to be tough for those teams from yesterday, but needless to say, I'm excited about it.
And if you missed any of the action yesterday, the 4 qualified teams being RBG Esports, Space Station Gaming, Team Frontline, and Avidity Esports. The 4 invited teams will be NRG, Birds and Bees, Ghost Gaming, and the Peeps. And on Twitter last night, we asked you guys to see who you wanted to see in the first couple of quarterfinals, and the votes are in. It is NRG versus RBG and Ghost Gaming versus Team Frontline. Those will be the 2 games that we will be bringing to you here first. And to start us off, Sam, it's going to be Ghost Gaming and Team Frontline.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting one for me. We got to see Frontline on stream. We got to see their qualifying matchup against Noble. Took it to 5 games, but they were able to move forward, and they had a convincing win against Afterthought as well, as they swept Afterthought in the previous round. That was off stream, so we didn't have a lot to glean from that. But we know that they're definitely capable players making their way all the way through. But now they get up into the real test for them here in the closed qualifier, and they take on this Ghost squad who now has added Atomic. And I believe this may be that roster for them moving forward. So this will be a good view into how they're going to do moving forward with like we said, this new roster.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, and both of the teams that we're going to be watching to start off, both of the invited teams, I should say, Ghost Gaming, Memory Illusion, and Atomic. We'll see how Atomic fits in there, but NRG on the other side, it's going to be really our first opportunity to see how Turbo Pulsa plays with Garrett G and Justin. Don't know if Turbo is still in Europe or if he's made the trip over to NA. My thought is he's still in Europe, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how that works out. But you know, I do want to focus first on Ghost Gaming and Frontline. You got to watch Team Frontline yesterday. Walk me through their lineup.
Honestly, they play pretty well together. I think they have more team chemistry and team ability than maybe individual plays. We did see J-Pow quite a bit. His name kept coming up as he scored some big goals for them. So definitely a player to look out for on that side. But I think in order to beat Ghost, they will have to play as a team. That's for sure. Ghost is too good. These 3 players, too good. It will take that team effort that we saw yesterday. But really, they're going to need to step it up a notch if they have a chance. Because this is definitely the toughest matchup they've had so far in the Summer Open. But they got 5 games. It is a best of 5. So I don't know. We'll see, Hunted. It's going to be a good one, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it looks like no, we aren't starting quite yet. Looks
Not
like
yet.
There's a server issue. They're going ahead and testing, but we will be underway very, very shortly. And you said it is a best of 5. Our quarterfinals are best of 5 today. The semis and finals will be best of 7s. So not as much time to figure some of these teams out. And you know, when you're going up against these invited teams, a team like Ghost Gaming, if you're Team Frontline, you know, you don't have a whole lot of time to work your offense around how they're playing.
Yeah, no doubt. I know we have best of 5, and there's still some time, obviously. But you don't want to go down 1 against a team that's as good as Ghost. And I remember watching Ghost recently. They played very methodically as well. And so they're a team that's going to watch what you're doing. They're very comfortable playing at scoreless games, very comfortable with just small leads as well. So what may seem very small, you know, a 1-goal lead, a 1-game lead, next thing you know, Ghost will just hold on to that and they'll be winning the entire series. So that's definitely something, without a doubt, Frontline have to come out as fast as they can.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. Again, this will be a best of 5, and Ghost Gaming, we talked about it one more time. Atomic slotting in that lineup. We haven't seen a lot from Atomic. I mean, coming off the ban and everything. He's getting ready for the next season of RLCS. If he does slot in for Ghost Gaming, it could be quite a season for them. But I'm really excited to get an opportunity to look at how he fits in with that offense.
Yes. Without further ado, we're going to load this in, Hunted, and I am super excited to see how this goes. Is Frontline up to the challenge of this Ghost squad? That's definitely the storyline as we enter into game one. But you never know, if Frontline can get a couple of goals early, they may just set the pace of this series.
Well, we are just about underway. Game number one. Countdown is on now. It's going to be J-Pow and Illusion to take the first kickoff. Ghost Gaming in blue, Team Frontline in orange. We are underway. We'll see which team gets the first opportunity. Looks like it's going to be J-Pow out of the corner. All the way across the pitch. There's Atomic. He touches it down towards Memory. Shot towards the net. Goes just wide, and it will be cleared away. Illusion tries to keep the ball in. Andy is up for it, and he will touch it back down. Quick pace of play to start us off here. Just about 30 seconds in. No shots on the board yet, but these teams ramping it up. This is a 3-on-0. There's nobody back for Ghost. Andy's up, takes the shot, he'll score. Quick goal for Team Frontline.
Where was the Ghost defense there? You called it. 3 players storming down the field. It is Alrez and Andy who connect there. The first goal coming off of a miscue from Ghost as no one's back. But it doesn't matter. It's Team Frontline up 1-0.
Early on, up by a goal. Here is the boys of Team Frontline in orange, of course. Andy now plays this one off the sidewall. We'll get a little bit of a touch. Alraz is there, takes a quick shot. Memory makes the save and bombs it away. J-Pow up for it. Going to keep on the pressure for Team Frontline. Alraz into the corner. J-Pow can't get by Illusion. Memory's up for it. Alraz is going to beat him to it. Andy looking to come in support. Might get caught out of position here. He does manage to get the touch, and that's a bit of a double commit there from Ghost. This one's careening towards the net just wide. We've seen some defensive miscues early on by this Ghost team.
And their touches are going to be important with the style that they're playing. They're giving a lot of the field to Frontline. So as Frontline return the ball down, it's going to be important that Ghost makes something happen of those touches. Interesting that they're allowing Frontline so much of the field so far early. Memory down through Alraz with a big save. Keeps it 1-0, but I would say right now Frontline doing exactly what they need to do with this style of Ghost.
Well, Alraz off the side. J-Pow looks for a touch. Memory turns him away, but it's going to go right to Andy as he tries to control out of his own zone. Gives it up to Atomic, however. Now the ball in the orange corner. Illusion back while J-Pow reads it well. Might catch out the Ghost Gaming team here. He's going to chase this one down. Atomic's there first, however. Goes right to Alraz, looking for Andy in mid. Memory the bomb. Just wide. Atomic will stuff it home. We're tied at 1.
That's what Ghost is looking for, those transition plays. Coming off a good defense. It's a boom downfield by Memory, even though it's not on. There's Atomic off to the races. He beats both players of Frontline to the ball, and that's a tie game. This is what Ghost will do to you. They'll just wear you down on defense until they finally get a chance, and that quick strike pays off.
Well, 2:50 to go. It's tied up at 1 here. This is game number 1. Andy's looking for a touch. Atomic gets there first. Puts it home. 2-1 now for Ghost.
Another goal right off the kickoff. Good 50 by Illusion. Andy tries, but just doesn't have the height there to get there in time. Just a quick kickoff play from Ghost, and for Frontline, you're going to have to stop this momentum before it gets going. Don't give up another goal here. Got to keep this game close.
We've played just about half of game number 1. Ghost out to a 1-goal lead. It is 2-1. Now Atomic looks to push the pressure. Andy off the back wall, can't get by Illusion. Alrez down towards Andy, back to his teammate. He's got J-Pow across the pitch, but Atomic makes the challenge. Andy tries to keep the ball in. Memory reads it well. It's coming off the ceiling, but he can't get a touch on it. Atomic taking that away from him. Here comes J-Pow to try to do something with this. It bounces towards the front, no problem for Memory's clear. We're going to keep bouncing around in mid for a while. Both of these teams looking for the hole in the other's defense. And really, it's been a couple of quick strikes from either side. That's won the day so far here, Sam. What needs to change to get some of these offenses rolling?
For Frontline, they have to recognize that Ghost is comfortable playing this style.
Oh, no.
Big chance there. Memory going to get the block, but Ghost, they have 2 men back almost constantly, which means you need some help from your teammate, or it has to be a short little touch. You can't just feed the ball right back downfield. And for Ghost, they're extremely comfortable just playing with this 1-goal lead. I don't think Ghost is going to change what they're doing. It's going to be up the front line to make adjustments.
Well, the minute 22 to go, still a 2-1 game. Memory turns the ball around. He's got all 3 players beat, looks for the goal, shot. Good save by J-Pow. Plays that off the back wall, keeps it a 1-goal game for now. Memory keeps the ball in, a double commit by Team Frontline, looks to be punished by Memory, but he gives the ball right back. Andy just trying to deflect it away from Atomic. J-Pow's up for it now. 60 seconds to go. Out of the corner goes Aleutian to Atomic. Down towards Memory. He doesn't get the clear. It's going to bounce around in front, but Atomic's there to clean up on defense. Still not out of the woods, however, as Andy's looking for J-Pow. He's up, shots down. Memory makes the save. Alres, the follow, doesn't get anything on it, and Atomic finds the clear. Still a 1-goal game, but it doesn't look like they're done pressuring yet. Alres shoots, he'll score. We're tied at 2.
Stifling offense. Tons of pressure there for Frontline. You can see it takes a bit for them to get that final shot on, but they just wear out the Ghost defense. That's the trouble with playing so much defense, is eventually you will be boost starved, and if you don't get the ball out, you're going to be in a tough situation. Good job for Frontline. They get themselves back in this game. We may be looking at an overtime here, Hunted. What a great game 1 so far.
With 37.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to talk over him. Sorry, guys. Hunted's having some audio issues. The gameplay on the field, good enough while he deals with it, but looks like we may be looking at an overtime here. We'll see. Ball up in the air at 0 seconds. Memory keeps it up. Alres there as well. Andy drops it down. J-Pow, smart move just to let it drop. It's in his end, and we're going to overtime.
All right, I think we got the problem solved for overtime. So sorry about that, but we are underway. Yes, here in overtime. 2-2 between these two teams. Ghost Gaming tried to hold on. They couldn't quite do it, and now they've got to play defenses. That's a bit of a double commit. It's kind of scary now. Ball still rocking in their zone. Not the greatest clear. It's on a tee. It's in. Team Frontline steal game 1.
Ghost defense, suspect play there. Atomic decides to put it back up over the top of his net, but that's a tough spot for Memory after that happens, and there is Frontline to capitalize. They cash in overtime. Game 1 goes to Frontline, and I know we got a lot of people in the chat that were voting for Ghost, but Frontline right now looking real strong. I think I've seen this from Ghost before. The style that they play is a conservative one, and it opens yourself up sometimes to some of this offensive pressure, and Frontline were able to capitalize.
Yeah, I'm really confused at what we just saw there at the end, though, Sam. It seemed like Ghost were just completely on 3 separate pages. We saw a double commit. We saw 2 questionable touches right out in front of the goal, and Frontline, all they had to do was just knock the ball in. I'm concerned. What happened? How did that break down?
The last one especially, I think it was a pressure play, but at the same time, you almost never want to put the ball back towards your end, especially towards your net. I mean, it does show that Ghost is comfortable with some of these odd defensive plays. We saw that throughout the game. We've seen it before. But yeah, they'll look back at that one, I'm sure, and have some things that they want to clean up. Good thing for them, though, it is just game 1, and it was a close game the entirety. Remember, they had that lead up until late as well. So, yeah, I expect that they'll make some quick adjustments here. Come right back into game number 2 here, Hunted. They want to come back quick. They don't want to go down 2.
Oh, they'll score early on. Memory gets a favorable bounce off the back wall. 1-0 for Ghost.
Yeah, right off the kickoff. J-Pow can't catch up. Was right down off the crossbar. And, hey, that's just a classic kickoff goal. It was a tough, big win for Ghost. And that was tough to defend for Frontline. That's what Ghost needs right now to get back some of that momentum.
It is 1-0 in favor of Ghost now. 10 seconds in, almost 2. Memory can't beat J-Pow. He had an opportunity. Aleutian looking to challenge Andy. Atomic rotating back. Opts for Memory to play this one. Aleutian tries to keep the ball in. Alres got into the sidewall. There's Atomic. He's trying to get around the ball. Down towards Memory. Great pass, but Andy cuts it off. Still Illusion looking for any kind of space. He goes high, and Andy's looking for the clear. Memory and Atomic both trying to keep the ball in. Atomic bumping Allraz, but it's going to be J-Pow to clear it back down. Memory into the corner. Illusion looking for a pinch. Does win that 50, but Andy keeps the ball in the blue zone. Demo onto Memory. He's going to open up some space. Atomic's first there. Illusion, solid 50. Buys enough time for Memory to get back. Ghost Gaming looking to reset on defense. But man, Team Frontline has made it very difficult for Ghost early in this series.
They're forcing them to make challenges. Ghost are not able to play that slow play that they were playing before. Frontline just playing too quick. That's an open net. That will do it. The defender at mid there, you see him just creeping up. It's Memory. He's either got to make a play on that ball or not, but he gets caught in that no man's land.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he thought Atomic was on his way back. Atomic on my screen was just grabbing boost in midfield while that play was developing, and Memory just completely caught off guard, out of position. Does not make the play, so we're tied up at 1. That has been kind of a common theme, Sam, and it's not a good one for Ghost. A lot of the goals that have been scored have been defensive miscues. This may be another one. But Atomic cuts across to make the clear. Great pass. J-Pow getting saved by Illusion there. And again, Ghost looking like they're struggling a bit on defense.
They play a style where they have to make a play. If they get a mistouch, it's going to go right into the hands of the opponent because they're just playing so slowly. You don't really see any booming clears. You don't see much separation from the ball. They're just going for these dribble plays. Honestly, it's good for Frontline, I think, because Frontline seem to be very comfortable with that exact same style.
With just under 3 minutes left to go, we are tied up at 1 in game number 2. Atomic and Memory both going for that. J-Pow ends up getting the possession, plays it down towards Allraz, and Illusion now looking for anything he can muster out of that side. Memory, quick shot towards the goal. Atomic was up for it. That goes in anyway. Atomic ends up faking out the defender. Ghost Gaming back on top.
A surprise that it does bounce in, but that is what you want from Ghost. Looking for connecting passing plays and quick ones at that instead of the slow plays that completely caught the defense off guard, especially when they've been playing that style for a game and a half. They speed it up now. You got to expect that Frontline will be pressed.
2.5 minutes gone. Great save by Memory. He read that and pre-jumped it very well, keeping his team in the lead. But you were right. That was a absolutely yawning cage for him to shoot at, and he couldn't quite put it home. Allraz one more. Down onto the hood of Atomic. He makes the save. J-Pow cutting off the pass. Memory will collect and try to control. Can't get by the two defenders. Had Illusion there for the pass, but Allraz comes away with possession. Great touch, but Memory one more time makes the save. Gets this touch as well. He's got all 3 players beat. Looking for a pass to Atomic in front. They score. 3-1 Ghost.
Quick play downfield, and the skill just comes out. They pick up the pace and let everything work out. Good win by Memory, and he is wide open. Easy tap out to Atomic. Not going to find one easier than that, and that's that speed I'm looking for. Ghost are too good of players to hang with Frontline. I hate to say it. If they just play faster, they will force Frontline into uncomfortable situations. They're doing that now.
Minute 45, Team Frontline need 2. They're looking for 1 here. J-Pow might have an opportunity, but Atomic cuts across mid to make the play. Memory getting bumped out of the way, but Illusion takes over possession. Gets demoed for his trouble. J-Pow can't win the 50 against Memory, and the ball is going to find its way into the orange corner yet again. Minute 23. Illusion over top of Allraz. J-Pow out of the back wall. Memory and Atomic both going for this. Gives Andy some space. Wins the 50. Illusion last man back. Small little touch. He's got Allraz in mid. Can't get the shot away. Good block from Memory. And the ball's going to bounce around in the corner where Illusion will make the clear. So Ghost Gaming securing themselves on defense. They've got 60 seconds left to defend here, Sam. They will take game number 2.
Yeah, there's 2 goals. A big margin, especially with the way they're playing now. Way less time spent in their end. Much more transition play and quick play. It's really working out. They've got the ability, and they're showing it here.
40 seconds left. Atomic had to go up to make that play. The ball was bouncing along his back wall. Illusion Wants to carry it in the zone. 30 seconds left. Gets the bump on Alres, but he does make the play. Andy goes by Memory. He's got Atomic to beat, but it goes around the side of his car, and he pushes it into the corner. J-Pow getting the next touch. Atomic tries to challenge him. Stays in the blue corner. Bounce out in front. Andy gets demoed. So no follow-up with 10 seconds left. Still a chance. They just need to put the ball in the goal with time remaining. It's going to bounce along the sidewall. Aleutian with the clear. J-Pow not going to be able to get there in time, and that's going to do it for game 2.
What a much better game from Ghost Gaming in that one. They did what they needed to start to make the Frontline team force plays. Frontline had way too much space in that first game, and you saw this game way more 50s and challenges coming from Ghost. They were getting in the grill of Frontline, making sure that they made it tough for them on almost nearly every touch that they had, and that was a major difference. You see there at the end, especially, Frontline knew that they needed to get a goal. They had to start pushing, and they couldn't even really get a shot on net, and that's just that stifling presence from Ghost. I think that's very intelligent, smart play for them to just pick it up a little bit, rely on their ability more so than trying to control every aspect of the game.
Yeah, I mean, look at the shot counter. Even when Ghost didn't really outshoot Team Frontline, it still seemed like they played the possession game very well. They've made those opportunities a stark difference to what we saw in game 1, certainly.
Yeah, definitely. And I expect they're going to continue with that same style as well. So Frontline are going to have to try and match that pace, and that's something we haven't seen from them yet.
Well, game number 3 just about to get underway. Ghost Gaming and Team Frontline deadlocked at 1 in this best of 5. We'll see which team comes out ahead. After the conclusion of this series, you're not going to want to miss the next one. RBG versus NRG will follow immediately after we conclude this. We have a lot of Rocket League action for you on the Summer Open here, day number 2 on Rival Esports, but still got to finish this series out. It has been a close one so far. Alres plays it down towards Aleutian. He's going to touch this towards the net. Atomic leaving it there. No follow-up, and J-Pow is going to make the clear. Small little flick towards the front. Bumps Atomic out of the way. A Memory cuts across to make that play onto Alres. It's 40 seconds into game 3. Very similar to the start we saw in the first game.
Yeah, Ghost have come out with that same kind of speed, making sure that these balls don't go uncontested from Frontline. Seeing Ghost really rely on their ability and also the teamwork as well. They have trust in their team that as soon as they lose the ball, someone's going to get there and make a play.
Andy's looking for a touch out in front. Can't quite get around the ball. And Aleutian will find the clear. Good flick, but J-Pow goes up to try to turn him around. Atomic's there in support. Next up is Andy. It's going to drop down towards Memory. Goes underneath Alres. Only got J-Pow to beat over top. Crossbar down. Aleutian's there. Can he get another? He does. It's in. What a play. Ghost Gaming 1-0.
Aleutian with the double, but it all starts with Memory and that flick up and over. Even before that flick, he deked out that first defender. What a play from both Memory and then coming down from Aleutian. Ghost showing their skill, showing their ability. 1-0, and that is a real bad sign for Frontline.
They're looking for a second. J-Pow makes the save on the corner. Reads the shot from Atomic, but they're not out of the woods. Memory can't go by 2. Still Aleutian looking to play this out of the corner. He's got Atomic in mid. Good save there from J-Pow, and they will find the clear. Team Frontline holding down the fort, but they've given up a goal here early on in game 3.
And Ghost starting to really feel themselves as well. You can see getting that presence in the play. They're forcing everything, and it's forcing Frontline into these nervous moments. You can start to see Frontline, they're cracking just a little bit.
Well, Andy and Aleutian meet. Alres is next up to clear it back down to 55. Left to play here in the third game. Aleutian to Memory. It's going to drop down towards Andy. He's looking for a double touch. Finds it, but Atomic gets there in time to play it into the corner. Memory has to make a save. It's an awkward one, and it's going to bounce out towards J-Pow. He can't control it, however. And Atomic gets an easy clear. Good block on Alres's clear as well. Now Ghost Gaming looking for a second goal as we've passed the halfway mark of this third game. J-Pow down towards Andy. Doesn't get a touch on it. Atomic turns and clears. He has Aleutian across the way. Opts for the shot off the back wall, but Alres reads it quite well, and they will find the clear in return. Again, back and forth between these two teams. Nobody able to find a whole lot of opportunities outside of that early flurry from Ghost.
And we're back to the game one Ghost as well, which seems to work when they have a lead. They're going to force Frontline to make a play to beat them. You're not going to see a defensive miscue, I don't think, on the side of Ghost. We will see a conservative play works out for them sometimes, but as soon as they start whiffing like that, it gets hairy.
And Andy's looking for a deflection. Memory goes up to make the save. J-Pal, one more touch towards the net. The bump onto Memory, and we're tied up. It's 1-1.
J-Pal with the goal, but not the only Pow. It's Alraz coming through with the bump on Memory. What a clear made that net wide open. And it seems like no matter what, Frontline are able to keep themselves in and find a way to tie the game. Ghost have had such trouble maintaining leads in this series.
We've got 90 seconds to try to find another one. Or could it be Team Frontline push themselves over the hurdle here in Game 3? We'll have to find out. It is coming down to the wire. Andy off the ceiling. Aleutian gets the play off his back wall down towards Memory. He's going to chip this in the zone. J-Pal tries to laser it out of the zone. Good shot from Atomic, but Andy's there in good position to make the save. Can't get over Memory. Aleutian turns to try to challenge Alraz. Does well to do so. He has Atomic in support. Opts to let him play. This one's going to come down towards the mid, and it will get deflected back towards mid. Memory slow and methodical, trying to play it out of the corner. Aleutian now, a little bit of a chip play. Not really what he wanted. It's going to be an easy clear for Frontline, but they've given away possession again. How many times have we seen that in this game, Sam? Possession being given away on clears, not what you want to do if you're either team.
No, and honestly, for Frontline, they have to recognize when Ghost are switching up their style. Ghost have now gone back to that style of waiting back a little bit and playing more defensive. It's very interesting how they choose to turn it on and then kind of turn it back off. It's going to be up to Frontline to recognize those moments.
Well, we've got 16 seconds left in regulation. Andy and company looking for that golden goal here in game number 3. Alraz keeps the ball in, but it's going to fall down towards Aleutian. This could give him the space to look for something here at the very end. It's in the orange corner. J-Pow wants to clear it away. Would love to see the ball touch, and it will. Overtime, game 3.
Just like game number 1, we will go to an overtime here. These two teams playing incredibly close. What team in overtime will we see for Ghost specifically? Is it going to be the slow team? Is it going to be the fast team? I really think they play better when they just get in the face of the opponent.
Well, let us find out. Winner of this takes a commanding lead in the series. J-Pow and Aleutian meet in mid. Atomic onto the hood of Alraz. He's going to get another chance at this one. It is cleared away. Aleutian tries to keep it in. Both players whiffing. Memory, great challenge onto J-Pow. Keeps the pressure going. Aleutian had a chance at the net. Couldn't quite get around to it, and the ball does find its way back into the corner. Atomic wheels out, looking for any kind of opening. Memory and company really pushing the pressure on, but no shots on goal so far in this overtime period. Alraz is going to clear it down. Atomic looks to keep it in. Makes a solid play, and Memory now on the attack. It's going to go off the back wall. Andy's there to meet it. And like I said here, Sam, a lot of pressure from Ghost, but nothing to show for it.
But this is what they need, is that constant pressure, forcing Frontline to read these plays. Ghost have such individual mechanical ability that they can do odd things and unexpected things. Now Atomic make a plays in the air. Now he's going to go over the top. He does. Not only does he take out J-Pow in the air, but you could sense it. He's floating, he's floating, he's floating, and he strikes.
Great second touch by Atomic. Just enough to get it over both defenders of Frontline. That is going to do it. Ghost Gaming, hold on. They take game number 3. But this is still a best of 5. Still a chance for Team Frontline. And it looks like at times they've solved the Ghost team. At other times, it looks like they're scrambling on defense.
Yeah, I think honestly it's how Ghost in the middle of a match will decide they just want to start playing a completely different style. That has to be frustrating for an opponent who's trying to play one way. Next thing you know, they might have adapted and now it switches it up. So for Frontline, they will have to be on edge constantly and see what Ghosts are doing, what kind of play they are bringing. But the unfortunate thing for Frontline is exactly what you saw at the end. Such amazing individual skill and ability where Ghost at any moment can make something happen, even if it's not a team play. And those sometimes are the hardest plays to defend against.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looking at the scoreboard, Memory had 2 assists in that game, a goal apiece for his teammates, and we've seen them click on offense, Ghost Gaming. At other times, it seems to be a scramble. Really, it feels like both teams, they need to stop their mistakes. It seems like it's the mistakes that are scoring the goals in this game.
Well, and it's just an awesome play in the air. I mean,
sure.
That last goal, you got to admit, that was pretty choice there. I'm not sure what better. The defense was in the way, and they just got completely obliterated. So, but yes, we have seen definitely some goals coming from mistakes. Both teams looking to play as clean as they can in this game 4.
Well, Team Frontline backs against the wall in the series. Need to win this one to extend us to a 5th game. For Ghost. Ooh, that's a quick shot. I didn't think that had a chance. It goes in. Frontline off to a hot start, game 4.
Beautiful placement there for Alraz. Just waits for that bounce and puts it up into the corner, even off of the side. If that is anywhere else, that save is made. That is the most accurate shot you will ever see coming from Alraz. And that's a big-time play when they are looking to get this series tied up, looking to push game 5. Back on defense here. Can they get the ball out? It is Alraz out to J-Powell. Good connection. And
down to Andy. Alushin makes the save. Good cut of the pass. And yeah, Memory was in a beautiful position to make the save, but an absolutely gorgeous shot from Alraz will put them in the lead. They've got to play defense now. Ball is in their corner. Memory looks to keep it there. Great play over the top. Alraz is going to keep it into the corner. Alushin along the along the sidewall, looking for Atomic. He's going to play this off the ceiling. Memory, he has Alushin in mid. What can he do with this? Opts to just drop it and go for the physical play. Doesn't quite work out, and Ghost still scoreless here in game 4.
Yeah, interesting. You said he did have his teammate out to the left. Now, there were 2 defenders, so it's kind of an even matchup there. Not able to make a play off of that, and that does give Frontline the chance to move back downfield. But they don't do much of it, as now it's Ghost on the opposite side. Lots of back and forth here. This is a situation we haven't seen a ton, though, Hunted. Frontline playing with this lead.
But still Ghost looking to put the pressure on. That has been the theme of the past couple of games. The ball in this orange corner. Solution makes the play towards the goal. Memory keeps it in. Off the ceiling. Andy looks to go up for it. Almost got the second touch. That could have been beautiful. But J-Pow's going to follow up. Double commit by Memory and Atomic. They do make the save. Alraz just giving away possession. And again, we have seen it time and again in this series. You hate to pick on the same points, but possession is so important in Rocket League, and these teams just seem so willing to give it away.
Yeah, time of possession, no doubt about that. I know often it comes from maybe a rushed play. You think you got to go up, you got to make a quick play, but just like you saw right there in mid, Alraz had a lot more time to make something happen there, especially with Frontline having the lead.
Good shot.
Good management of the ball, but woo! What a shot. You called it. Memory coming through out from mid. Not just the shot, though. That pass.
Is Andy out of boost? I think he is. Either that or he thought that was off the target. He was in decent position to jump up and make the save. But either way, opts not to, and we are tied up at 1, just about halfway gone game 4. Ghost Gaming tying us up, and finally the passing plays from Ghost work out. Memory with a bomb to the top shelf. That is where we stand at the moment. Andy's got a chance. Atomic, great save. Evolution down the pitch, looking for Atomic. He's going to collect again, goes up for it, looking for the dunk onto J-Powell. J-Powell is going to fight it off and push it back into the blue corner. Memory collects, great control, great 50 as well. Tries to leave it for Atomic, but Andy and Alraz there to keep the ball in. Tied up at 1 here, Sam. Crucial 4th game. This one has a chance. J-Powell's up for it, and he can't quite get around it. But my goodness, we have gone back and forth all series. We've gone back and forth in this game. Who do you think has the chance to take it?
It's so hard to say, especially with the differences in styles that we've seen. But right now, it's looking good for Frontline. Shot coming through. On. Can J-Powell get it? He doesn't, but the pressure still coming for Frontline. Ghost are opening themselves up yet again, and Frontline are starting to realize that they're really taking advantage of the field when they're given it.
80 seconds remain in this regulation period. We could see overtime yet again in this series. Alres looking for the challenge on a Memory. Memory with a free clear. Andy's going to turn. Booms it back down. Illusion's there looking to play it over towards Atomic. Gets away from him. J-Pow, quick shot. Double commit save, though, by Memory. And Illusion will play it into the corner wall. Andy trying to play this out in front. Illusion, the benefactor of the bounce, and he will get the clear. Gets another touch as well. Goes well wide of the net. For J-Pow, a lot of time and space. Looking to pass it across. He's got Alres there. Quick shot on goal. Goes just wide. Memory pushes it along as well. Atomic turns. Tries to clear this one away. J-Pow says no, sir. But he can't get back around to the ball. 30 seconds left. Still tied at 1.
Tied at 1 with Frontline pressing. Field starting to tilt in their favor. They've had chance after chance. Another one coming down. Alres can't get a touch, but there's J-Pow as well. Frontline playing so well as a team, able to keep up this pressure for the last minute.
We've got 15 seconds to go in this regulation period. Illusion towards Memory. It's going to go off the corner wall. Memory gets a second touch, but no follow-up. Both teams playing in this heavy defensive posture. Neither one want to give up that golden goal, and we are in overtime. Game number 4, 1 goal for Ghost. They move on. 1 goal for Team Frontline, and we go to a 5th game. We'll see which team gets it. Memory, sneaky shot. Atomic opting to go for the fake, and he can't get it to work with Andy there as Andy looks to play this one down. And it is really going to come down to which team creates the opportunities, as neither one look to be changing from this defensive posture.
Yeah, likely to be a transitional goal with a couple of players connecting. As both teams are playing really defensive, you're seeing 2 guys often rotate back around.
Wow, great pass. One more in front. Illusion will end the series. The passing play from Ghost, and just like we said, Sam, they create the opportunity, they move on.
Yeah, all 3 players coming in on that play. Illusion finishes it off. There was 1 chance for the defender to get that ball, and he's not able to make the touch, and it is Ghost in such a close series. Takes 3 overtimes out of these 4 games for them to move on. Gotta hand it to Team Frontline, and the way that they postured, they kept with Ghost the entire time, but in the end, Ghost just too strong, just too good on some of these connecting plays, and the individual skill as well from Ghost, I think, shining through.
Yeah, absolutely. A wonderful series. Well played to both teams. In the end, Ghost Gaming with the 3-1 victory over top of Frontline. I do want to take a quick look at the bracket, see if we have any updates from the other series that we are not streaming yet, or that we are not streaming today. Doesn't look like we have any results yet. So still the Birds and Bees and Space Station battling it out. The Peeps and Avidity also are playing for the spot to face Ghost in the semifinals. But we are going to take a very short break. When we come back, it's going to be NRG with Turbo Pulsa. Finally get to see that combo. NRG with Justin Turbo Pulsa and Garrett G versus RBG Esports, one of the best teams from the Invitational yesterday. You're not going to want to miss it here on Rival Esports.